Hey there, Christopher here with Bangert Inc. I was just wanting to take a minute and show you guys something that I think can save you a good amount of time and potentially a little bit of money and be really convenient. We get a lot of questions about how to install Sage 100 Contractor Client on workstation machines. And it's a pretty simple process that most of our clients find is something they're willing to take on themselves once they've seen how it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and go through that with you today. And if you feel comfortable doing it, feel free to take that on. Otherwise, reach out to us. We're always happy to help. So the process itself is pretty simple. We're going to have a couple of prerequisites that we need, and we're going to be able to grab them from a workstation that's already installed. So we want to take a look at the Sage 100 client on a workstation that has a working install of it. So we'll just go ahead and open that up here on my machine um, and see how it's set up currently. We're going to need to get the server version, the SQL Server name or address, and then we're also going to need to get the license server name or address. And we can find the version at the top of the Sage 100 contractor window on that working client. The Sage 100 contractor and then year name in that title bar is going to be the version. So we're running Sage 100 contractor 2019. And we're going to get the SQL Server name from the Connect window when you open it up. In this case, it's going to be desktop-5pvnk77 backslash Sage 100 con. So we've got a server name before the backslash and the actual instance name after the backslash. So put together, that's desktop 5pvnk77 Sage 100 con as our SQL Server name. Go ahead and record both of these, preferably on a piece of notebook paper or something, just so you have it with you and you can carry it from this computer to your target machine. Once we have these two pieces of information, we need to go ahead and connect to the server with an administrative account so that we can open a company as an administrator. Um, it doesn't really matter which company. We just want to open any company and come into the administration tab, go to the licensing submenu, and click Change License Server. The change license server window is going to have one sentence at the top part that we're interested in. We're going to see the Sage license server is followed by a computer name or IP address. So you may see something like server 01 where we see 127.0.0.1, and you may see an IP address akin to this 127.0.0.1. That is going to be the license server name or address. And if you see localhost or you see 127.0.0.1, that means you're actually looking at the computer that's acting as the Sage server, and you're going to have to get that name of the computer or that IP address some other way. So in this case, we are going to have to go ahead and open up a different application to find that information. So we'll go ahead and close down Sage 100 Contractor, and we're going to open up the command prompt. We'll do that by clicking on the Start menu and typing CMD. And let me drag that over to this screen. So from here, we can get the name of the computer, which is usually the easiest option, by typing host name and hitting enter. And then the returned value on the next line down will be the server name that you're working on. If you prefer to get the IP address, you can type ipconfig, hit enter, and it'll pull up all of the IP information for your system. In this case, only one of them has an IP, and so we could take this IP address and take that over and use that for the license server information. But it tends to be a whole lot easier to just work with the computer name. So we're going to record the computer name, and then we can move over to our target install machine. I've gone ahead and remoted into another machine here that we're going to use to install Sage 100. The first step we need to do on the target machine is find the installer. So one place we always want to check is the the shares available from the server. A lot of the time, we'll find that the installer has already been downloaded and is available there, which can save some time and also helps to guarantee you've got the right version that you're installing. So we'll go out to the server by typing 2 backslashes, and this is going to be the license server name. 2 backslashes, which are the button above the enter button, not the button next to the shift button. A backslash leans left, while a forward slash leans right. Then we'll hit enter, and it's going to take it a moment to reach out to that remote machine. It's going to have a Sage 100 contractor share. You'll also typically see several other shares. You'll see one for every company that's installed for Sage 100, and you'll usually see a few other various shares. But what we're interested in is the Sage 100 contractor share. In here, we want to go into the installation folder, and we'll see, hopefully, in here, a file named Sage 100 contractor underscore setup. If we don't see it, it's okay. We can go out and get that installer from the Sage knowledge base. So in this case, that's what we're going to have to do. So we'll go ahead and close this file explorer, and we're going to open up the Sage knowledge base. You will have to log in through your regular login process. And then we'll go to My Downloads and click it. Then we'll click Sage 100 Contractor. From here, we'll follow the link to the version that we're interested in. So Sage 100 Contractor 2019 in this case. And then we're going to scroll down to the Download Now button. And we'll just click Download Now. It's going to download the installer, which can take a few moments. It's about 120 megabytes. So if you've got slow internet, it could take a little while. And once that completes, we'll go ahead and open up that download. It's going to pop up a user account control dialog. If you have it enabled, just click yes, because you do want to allow the software to make changes. It'll take a moment to load up the installer, and then we'll be able to go through the process. So in the first step, it's going to give us some information about how to install it. In general, you should already have all these steps followed. If you haven't followed any of these steps in this installer window, and you're not sure how to do so, feel free to reach out to us. In this case, we're just going to click Next. We want to make sure Install Sage 100 Contractor is checked. We want to make sure that Install Server Applications is not checked. And unless you've been told otherwise, we also want to make sure Install Sage Advisor Update is not checked. We'll click Next. We'll agree to the license agreement, and we'll click Next. Then we're going to install. This is a fairly quick install, but it will take a moment to go through it. So sit back and relax for a little bit while it goes through. Once the installer is complete, we will go ahead and click Finish, and then we'll go ahead and open up Sage 100 Contractor. You should find it in the Start menu. You should also find a desktop icon. And once it comes up, we'll hope that the Sage 100 Contractor database is automatically populated in the SQL Server name, but you may find that it's one of the various others that are available on your network, or you may find that nothing populates at all. If that's the case, you can simply type in the name, and your system should be able to find it if you were able to find the network share before. So we type it in here, and then we'll log into Sage 100 with a user that we know to be working on another machine, and just make sure that everything works. If we can connect and it opens up the choose company dialog, then we know that everything's working and your new computer is set up and ready to go. So you can go ahead and close out of Sage 100 Contractor and allow the new user onto the system. So to recap, we went over how to find the license server name, we went over how to find the SQL Server name, and we went over how to find the correct Sage 100 Contractor version for your Sage 100 Contractor environment. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and keep an eye out for our frequent new content, and check out our website for lots of available online classes and other resources for your Sage needs. Thanks very much, guys, and have a great day.